shopping in a bookstore later today. I'm gonna wear my book shopping perfume, which is Diptyque's Eau d'Oeil. My friend told me that she layered Eau d'Oeil with Sniff's Heal the Way. I love Heal the Way. It's so sweet and delicious. Stuck in traffic. I'll show you guys the books I got. Whenever I buy used books, I do disinfect them with a Clorox wipe, something like this. I know people are afraid of book mold and bookworms. Some people put their books in the freezer for a few days. I think that kills bookworms. I just disinfect them like this. Make sure I get the spines as well. Sometimes, though, it does damage the book a bit. Not making it unreadable, but it does make the pages a bit crinkly. I've personally never had an issue so far with bookworms or book mold. Yeah, so I just do this and then hope for the best. Very happy to own this. I got an email that I'm getting a delivery from Simon & Schuster tomorrow, and I think I know what it is, and I am so excited, guys. I just walked Benson. I think it's about 8 o'clock right now and it's still kind of bright outside. I kind of like it, but I also kind of don't. I want to send my friend a package tomorrow, but I don't have a box. Should I go buy one right now? I'll be out all day tomorrow, so I don't think I'll have time to go buy one. But also I just put on my pajamas. I'm gonna have my sweet treat, I'm gonna drink my nighty night extra, and then just read for the rest of the evening. I have about 40 pages left of The Wall, so I'm hoping I can finish it tonight. Fingers crossed though, because I'm a bit sleepy. If I do finish it tonight, I'll update my thoughts early tomorrow morning. Good night. Later today, I'm gonna go get a library card, and by library, I mean the Library of Congress. If you're over, I think it's 16, maybe it's 18, you can get a library card and access their reading rooms. You still have to get a ticket to enter the library. During off seasons, it's pretty easy to get a ticket. With that card, I can access their private reading rooms, work on my laptop, or read. Actually, I do know some of these libraries don't let you bring in personal books. Like, I'm pretty sure the DAR, the Daughters of the Revolution Library, doesn't let you bring in your own books, but you can bring in like your laptop. I thought it might be interesting to show people this. It is something to do and a place to go to that requires you to spend no money. It's completely free to enter the Library of Congress, and the library card is also free. I just got home and I got a super exciting delivery. The sequel to Bunny by Mona Awad. This is so exciting. This is a big book too. This is the first book, Bunny. She wrote a book. She wrote a story. So it's being released September 2025. I know many bunnies are so excited about this. I will read it in advance and post a review. It's been about 2 to 3 years since I last read this book. I'm thinking this was a quick read for me the first time, so I'm thinking I should refresh my memory, read this, and then read the next one. Oh, they also gave M&Ms, little goth bunnies, and then also ones that say "Hi Bunny" and "Are you fiction?" So that's exciting. Good morning. I did not finish The Wall last night once again. It's because my friend Emily is reading the Neapolitan novels and she's on book 4. She's almost finished. Actually, I think she texted me and told me that she finished this morning. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. I'm so excited to discuss it with her. So when I read the Neapolitan novels, I remember the first book, My Brilliant Friend, taking me like a long time. At least for me. I think it took me like 3 weeks to read or something, a month. And then if my memory's correct, I took a long break before picking up book 2. But then once I picked up book 2, it was like 2, 3, 4. I read those pretty quickly. I could not put them down. And when I finished book 4, I was devastated. I felt like I was saying goodbye forever to people I knew and had spent a lot of time with. But yeah, my friend also, she took a while to get through book 1. But then when she started book 2, she read 2, 3, and 4, and I think 3 weeks or less. And every night she would update me about what's happening and her feelings, and we would like share opinions. Last night she almost finished book 4, and if you've read them, like, you know there's so much to talk about. So we were discussing that and sharing opinions. And then I just didn't end up reading my own book. I'm going to go to the post office to drop off the 2 boxes I'm sending. I need to go buy groceries. I'm gonna wear a Xerjoff's Schoencoin, which I love this scent, guys. It smells like a coconut cream pie, but not in a tropical warm weather way. I think this may be too creamy and lactonic to wear when it's warm. Today might be one of the last days I can wear it. And whenever I wear this, I get so many compliments. And I think the number one reason is it projects and lasts like crazy. It is so strong. When I wear this, everyone can smell me. Okay, I was about to head out, but I was reading my texts from my friend. She did finish the Neapolitan novels and we are discussing the ending and what it means. Obviously, I'm not going to give away any spoilers in case you have not read the series. At the end, one of the characters sends something to another character and there are so many theories as to what it meant. I have my own personal theory, but of course, like, I don't know if it's correct. Yeah, it's interesting to discuss. And if you have read the books, I would be curious to know what you think it meant. Obviously, if you write it in the comments, please put a spoiler warning. If you guys have not read the Neapolitan novels, you must. I'm so jealous of you. I wish I could experience reading the 4 books again for the first time. In fact, I've been thinking about rereading the series over the summer. Since I finished the Neapolitan novels, I have yet to find anything similar. Let me know if you guys have any recommendations. Oh, you know what's interesting? Someone commented on my TikTok where I was talking about Elena Ferrante, and this person said that she is Italian, she lives in Italy, and that it's a well-known fact that Elena Ferrante is a very famous male author. Elena Ferrante is a pseudonym. I personally have no interest in figuring out Elena Ferrante's identity. If she doesn't want to reveal her identity, I'm okay with that, but I did buy some books by that male author. I truly believe, though, that there's no way Elena Ferrante can be a straight male author. The way that she writes about girlhood, womanhood, there's just no way. But yeah, I did buy some of his books. His name is Domenico Starnone. So I have Trick by him. And then I also have The Mortal and Immortal Life of the Girl from Milan. Okay, now I really gotta go. I finished my chores. Oh no, I didn't. I have my little area set up, ready to read. I'm gonna have my tea, some cookies, and finish the book. just finished the wall, and honestly, the last 40 pages had me quite emotional. I think if you are someone who has ever, so I'm going to save it for now, and tomorrow I'm going to update. It's quite late right now, so I really need to wash my face, shower, and get ready for bed. Clearly, I ended up loving the book, and I'm very happy I read it. Tomorrow at some point, I will speak about this and also choose my next read. Hello, it's Sunday afternoon. I've been doing some spring cleaning all morning and I just walked Benson. I wanted to share my thoughts on The Wall by Marlen Haushofer. I did like it. Since I've posted this on my social media, I've gotten so many DMs and comments from people saying that they're really struggling to get through it, or that they've been in the middle of it for a while. And I really understand that because this is a book where not much is happening. The main character is really just in her thoughts. But the last 50 pages or so I found very beautiful, introspective. It made me think a lot about the human relationship with animals, but also our relationships with one another and our places in society. The narrator is surrounded within the boundaries of this wall, and she doesn't know what has happened to the rest of the world. She can see one person on the other side of the wall. The wall is transparent, by the way. She sees a man who is drinking, I think, by the river. He's no longer alive. His body is like petrified. So she and we can only assume that this has happened to the rest of the world. Pre the wall, the narrator was a wife and a mother. Now that she's alone with just these animals, and she says, like, no one is here to judge me or say that I'm wrong for thinking this, but I didn't really like being a wife, and I didn't really like being a mother. I just got married, I had children, I was a homemaker because that's what society expected from me as a woman. Some people compare this to I Who Have Never Known Men, and I can understand the similarities, especially there are sections where she mulls over time. What is time? What's the importance of time? She questions, like, are we living within time or outside of time? What will happen if she ceases to exist and she's the last person left alive on Earth? The narrator in I Who Have Never Known Men also queries the same things. I also really loved the afterword of this book. Let me see who wrote it. It was Claire Louise Bennett. So she kind of grapples with the plot of this book from a feminist perspective, which is an excellent perspective. So some parts I found interesting. She says, men can live alone in the woods for years on end without anyone thinking too much about it. If you're a woman living alone, on the other hand, there must be something wrong with you. You are unappealing or barren or disturbed or conniving or frigid or selfish or degenerate or bereft or spent or difficult or abandoned or deviant or bonkers. Someone to be wary of in any case, because it's quite unnatural. It's strange, isn't it, to live on your own if you're a woman. What on earth do you do all day? Nothing good, that's for sure, since you're not involved with taking care of anyone. Of course, though, the narrator of the book, she's living alone, but it's not really from her own choice. She goes on to say, the only way a woman can experience solitude without judgment and recrimination scuffing up against her peace is if the rest of the world has come to a complete standstill and there is no one around to see her, as is the circumstances in the book. And then at the very end of her afterward, she queries, when will it stop being anyone else's business if a woman chooses to live on her own and do God knows what all day? There's also arguments in the book about solitude being eye-opening, kind of being used as a tool to center yourself and remember what is important in life. Those are just my initial thoughts. I do want to take a moment before I write my review. But yeah, I enjoyed it, guys, and I recommend it. And then this morning I asked on Instagram for a recommendation of Roberto Bolano's work. I shared one of his books on my Instagram stories. So many people told me that they love his work. I don't know much about him at all. I know he's a Chilean author, so I asked which book I should start with first, and I got a lot of answers. A lot of the ones people told me to start with, I don't actually have. Someone said I should start with Antwerp because it was his first. There's a quote of him saying that this is the one piece of writing that he's not embarrassed of, so that kind of interests me. And it's very short. I think I can even finish it tonight. And it matches my face mask. I'm going to read for a little bit and then I'm going to do some work on my laptop. I'm going to do my Sunday journaling stuff, my finances. And yeah, that will be my Sunday. was waiting for my mask to go transparent, I read about 66 pages of Antwerp. Apparently this is the first piece that he wrote, but one of the last that he got published. I'm understanding what's happening. I'm following the story, but also what is happening. On the back, this is described as hallucinatory sketches, and I completely get that. Each chapter or section is numbered, so this is number 48, and there will be like a little title, "There are no rules," and then the chapter or the happening will be just this long. Will be a page or shorter typically. It feels like a fever dream. Apparently this is not like his usual poetry or his fiction though, so I'm almost finished. I have about 10 pages left, so I'll finish it today. For dinner, I think I'm gonna go to Jinya Ramen because I really want that. Okay, before I go, I just quickly read the last 10 pages of Antwerp. What have I just read? Like what was that? I'm curious to check out his other work because apparently they're different from this, so it'll be fun to compare. Later tonight, I will pick my next read. I'm still reading The Brothers Karamazov. I've decided to dedicate morning reading time to The Brothers Karamazov. If you guys don't know, I try to wake up early and read at least for 30 minutes every morning while I drink my coffee. Obviously, some days I am unable to. Today on my walk, I also finished listening to this, The Interpretation of Cats. Would I recommend it? I would if you are particularly interested in cats. I will give further thoughts on this in my March reading. I also want to share my Sunday perfume. I wore Prada Infusion de Fig. I don't have many like designer house perfumes. I do really like Chanel perfumes, especially their exclusives. I feel like designer house perfumes get like a bad rep. I'm really impressed by this though, guys. It's like a strongly shampooy fig scent, very clean girl, but then as it dries down, it becomes this creamy yet still green fig scent. It's not like Philosophos by Diptyque. It doesn't really have that milky facet that Diptyque Philosophos has, but there is something creamy and smooth, like almost maybe sandalwood. This is a great scent for a Sunday, cleaning, reset day. I'm impressed. I like it. Okay, I'm really hungry, so. Okay, before sleeping, I'm gonna choose my next read. Because I'm reading The Brothers Karamazov, I kind of want to read something, I guess, not as intense, less verbose. I don't want to use the word easy because that seems insulting. I had this on my TBR. I'll Never Be Young Again? Okay, that's an option. Oh, I have a Caroline Blackwood. I love Caroline Blackwood. This is a really short one though. The Stepdaughter. I really want to read this at some point, but it's quite long. This I had on my March TBR, but I'm kind of not in the mood for a memoir. I do want to reread Bunny. But I was thinking, since I've already read this, what if I listened to the audiobook instead? Just for like a new format to the story? Oh, I do want to read him. Or should I pick an NYRB? I want to do like a month of only reading NYRBs, so I've kind of been saving those. Oh, should I do another Booker Prize? I have this one. Okay, let's do this. It's short.